cost of being an MP, the cost of running an election. We had a great chat in the green room, kind of upstairs. The green room is kind of beige, isn't it, really? But anyway, with Chris Hipkins. And I asked, what does it take to be an MP? Do you have to put in your own salary? Chris, what does it cost to be an MP?
Well, electorate candidates are allowed to spend up to $25,000 on their local electorate campaigns, and it really depends, I guess, how tightly fought the electoral race is. And in those electorates where there's a lot of attention, where people are fighting really hard, they will be spending up to $25,000. And so then it depends how much you can fundraise. And the parties on the centre-right do find it easier to fundraise than the parties on the centre-left.
Why is that? Why is that, do you think?
Well, their supporters have more money. It's a pretty basic law of economics. They've got people who can pay $1,500 a head to go out for dinner. We're selling $5 raffle tickets.
You had Owen Glenn, didn't you?
Oh, that was many, many years ago.
Why can't that happen again?
Well, look, we would love to have people contributing to the democratic process, but at the end of the day, we're reliant at the moment on people.
You actually put your own money from your own salary, and you earn what, about 40 grand a year? Or around
at a one in front of that.
At a one in front of that? So you put how much money of your own?
Well, in the last couple of campaigns, I've spent probably about $15,000 of my own money.
15 grand of your own money?
That's
15,000 of your own money?
Yeah, that's about right, yeah.
Because no other job would you be asked to put your own, cash?
No, it's an unusual job. I've often said an MP, it's a job with no job description, and it's a 24/7 job, which for me, also being a mum, is part of the reason I'm not carrying on in Parliament. It's it takes a big toll personally and financially on people who do it. Having said that, we are well remunerated for it. We can afford to put money into our campaigns, as Chris does.
Butts.
But but that comes at a cost, both personally and financially.
Paul, come back to you. Chris, come back to you. Damien, were you there? Did you want to say something?
Yeah, I just bumped into this chap in the audience now. He's a man who knows about running a campaign. Ran against Paul Foster Bell, and they both came second and third in one order or other, I don't know, to Grant Roberts and James Shaw. You're standing again?
I am.
Not against Paul Foster Bell again, though, surely?
I am.
Okay, all right, this is awkward. How did you... When you're not an MP and you've got... obviously you're a good-looking man, you've got your ways of raising money, but when you're not an MP... Not like that. I mean, yeah. How hard is it harder than, say, Chris Hipkins, who can just go, I'm an MP already, you're backing a winner?
No, well, I think the MPs have got restrictions on what they can spend because of the rules around parliamentary funding. So they've got to raise money just as somebody who's not an MP does.
But do you find it harder because you're like, hi, I'm James Shaw, people are like, who?
People do have that reaction, yeah.
All right, so, and how do you do it? What's the most successful way? Paul Foster Bell, cover your ears. Best way to raise money?
I just shake down my friends.
All right, good. Nice to have good friends. Thank you very much, James.
What about you, Paul Foster? How do you, and is Chris right, does the centre-right have, are they more cashed up?
No, not at all. We have hundreds, actually thousands of supporters, many of whom are on very modest incomes, who believe strongly in the message that Nationals... We've got a leader that actually inspires confidence in the public, not a joke like some of the other parties have. So we attract people who are happy to give $10 or $20 or $50 to the National Party to make sure we return to government.
Oh, so you're more driven by the Obama philosophy, are you, Paul?
Absolutely. I can tell you the vast majority of our donors here in Wellington Central give a little. Last time I took 6 months off work from the public service to campaign, so that was my contribution to the campaign. But our supporters are happy to give $20 to help.
Well, just on that note, one of the things that you should keep in mind is that where we're standing in seats where we have a good prospect of winning, there is the chance that we'll earn an MP salary and then we'll be able to pay that money back if we have to. But what about the seats where people are running because they believe in the democratic process, because they want to make sure there's a fair fight and a good argument, but they don't have a chance to get into Parliament? That's actually really expensive, and some of them are spending significant sums of their own money in order to do that.
And many of them
it is
are taking
really tough.
time off work. So that is absolutely right. For candidates who are not already MPs or not likely to be MPs after the election, many of them have to take time off,
to me,
unpaid leave from their jobs